Howdy guys, thank you for joining on. I'm glad you could make it. Today we're going to be building the Ava Unit 0 prototype. And I'm hyped because this is my first Ava kit. So I think it's going to be a fun one. And I've been looking at this for a bit, and it's actually, everything looks really neat. The parts are nice. Comes with water and normal decals, which I think is pretty nice. You have the Ava 0 prototype, and then it comes with a little bead for the top. And I assume that's just a stick bead. I do plan on having this in a working diorama. For those of you who are familiar with Ava, then I think you guys are kind of going to be a little aware of what I'm thinking about, which is pretty dope. But yeah, let's get started on this. I wish I could read Japanese, because looks like it has some cool information about it on this. Let's see, what sprue do we need first? We need A. Which is A. Can't find A for some reason. Am I reading this wrong? Let's B. The sprue gods are not in my favor today. Oh, there it is. Alrighty. And I actually really like the color of this kit. I don't even think you have to repaint it. You probably could, but I don't think you'd have to. Alrighty, we need A11 and A10. I started watching Neon Genesis Evangelion again, and let me tell you, that is confusion and a half right there. 37 alternative timelines. 37. It's insane. It's a lot of timelines for a TV show, and I've seen some TV shows. Now we need PC, and we need B. Legs for days on an Ava unit. Legs for days. Oh, can you guys hear me now? Alright. I don't have music playing yet because, well, I have to figure it out. I don't want you guys to pick up on the background noise in my house because it's a small house. Noise echoes. But howdy, G. Thank you for joining tonight. Howdy, Anna K. Today we are working on Ava Unit 0, which is arguably my favorite of the kits. Well, my favorite of the units. Um, Besides for Unit 2, Unit 0 and Unit 1 are my personal favorites. Unit 2, I like the colors, but do I like Simsy? That's another question. Alright, I'm a small house. You know. But, yeah, I don't, I don't know if it's like a high grade. Is this a high grade? Do they consider this a high grade? It doesn't say. I don't want to say it from the, hold on, I'll just show you the front of the box. Can I show you the front of the box? Yeah, tag one of the best girls. But, I don't know, Greek from the 2000? I can't read Japanese. I can't read Japanese. Yeah, I don't have any yet. Uh, but yeah, no. I wish I had saved some, because I just put them on everywhere I can get them. But like, hold on. Is that better? Alright. But I put them on where I can, and I didn't even think about saving any for here. So this is what I got. Look on the side of the box. I looked up the side of the box. It doesn't say. It doesn't say. Oh, it is an AT. Alright, I'm blind. But whether or not it's like it's from 2000 or the 90s, it doesn't say. But it is an AT. But man, I've been watching a lot of Ava lately, and it's oh boy, I'm confused, but I am confused in a fun way. I don't think I want to know what's going on in Ava. I really don't. I think it's just a kind of blissful confusion. I mean, you could sit there and you can try and make sense of Ava and all the 37 timelines, but I think it's better if you don't. But a cool Hideki Anno. Am I pronouncing that right? I'm probably not. He put out a short film, I think, either this year or last year, called The Sun God Warrior in Tokyo. And man, it's Ava vibes all the way. And it's wonderful. In a chaotic, destructive, destroy everything way. Yeah, no, this is my first one. It was difficult picking between the ones I wanted to get. I haven't watched anything past end of Evangelion, so I don't know if I want to get the other like. kits because I know they introduce another Ava, but I don't know what that one is fully. Yeah, hold on. I got the Lance of Longinus. But yeah, I'm gonna have to paint it though, cause it's gonna bother me that it's gray. I know it's red in the anime. I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna repaint this. I don't think I am. I think I'm actually pretty impressed with the colors as is. Like very nice coloration for a model kit, and the colors don't like. I've noticed this in model kits a little, where like the colors look a tiny bit different throughout the models, but it's actually pretty decent. I think I might even do the water decals. But it's been an Ava month, and I think that's the anime choice. Just build one. Just buy one and build one. There's a lot you can do with Avas. I mean, I'd like to do a diorama with this one and Ava Unit 2. And I kind of want to remake it after the scenes. I don't want to go into the further scenes just in case, somebody hasn't seen it, but I mean, it has been 20 years, so. The end scene with Asuka, where she's fighting off the other Avas. I think I'd like to review that one into a diorama. Oh, Z. Z, who's your arch enemy? But yeah, besides for this, I've been working on my Pinkston Viewstein and just some minis. Yeah, I think it'd be a fun dio, and I think they even make model kits for the other Avos. I think they do. Well, gee, that's unfortunate. I remember watching Ava in middle school. I think it was like sixth grade that I saw it, and I just got really confused. And I'm like, what? And then I watched it through. I watched all the episodes. I didn't watch the movies, but I remember getting really confused with Ava and like external crises. But I gave it a rewatch last month, and I quite enjoyed it. It's a little less confusing, but it's still massively confusing. But enjoyable nonetheless. I'm actually really hyped for Hidekiano's Shin Ultraman. I really like what he did with Shin Godzilla. Did I cut off the wrong piece? Did I? Yep. But I'm really hyped to see what he does. Thanks, you. I appreciate it. Give him hell. I mean, I don't expect these to get very hot on the trot because it is my third one, but give him hell. But yeah, no, I think Skin Ultraman's going to be very interesting. And I know Anno's depression has been a lot better lately. And I'm happy about that. The dude just sounds so sad. You just want to give him a hug, man. Because when he starts talking about hating himself, and you're like, dude, you're the best. Have a good one, G. Thanks for stopping by. Shin Godzilla was really dope. I like that one. Interesting take on Godzilla. I like how Godzilla is kind of like an amphibian with a multi stages. I wish I could remember the name of the stages, but I never do. I know the second one is my favorite, just by how derpy it looks. I need to pick up new sanding sticks. These are getting a little bit too worn down. And I seem to not have any others. But very interesting what they're doing with the series. Well, with the movie at least. I'd really like to know what he's planning on doing with the Ultraman. We have one thigh down. I don't know why it's muscular as it is, but it's actually a really nice detail. Typically, I typically don't worry about nubs too much as long as they're smooth. That way, when I paint, I just paint over them. You don't have to see them. But when I straight build, oof, the nub marks are a hassle and a half. And I haven't bought new sanding sticks in forever. Yeah, and it's not, and like it's smooth, but it's the stress marks, and that's what just annoys me. I could paint it if I want, but yet again, I don't have any colors that would work with this one, and I'm pretty sure they're all enamel based anyways, and I don't use a whole lot of enamel. Yeah, really something you can tell the difference between older and new kits. Lots of nubs. It is a pain and a half. Put that one off to the side, because cut out the wrong piece, so I need to cut out the other one. But yet again, this is my first Ava kit, so I'm really happy that I'm finally getting around to doing one. I've been putting one off for a while now. I actually, I regret putting it off for so long because I passed over getting some Ava kits to get the Sterlitzia Darling and the Frank kit, and oh man, that kit was just terrible. I regret spending the pre-order money on it. I regret the time I've wasted on it. Good Smile did a terrible job with the Sterlitzia kit. I've never had a kit break that many pieces on me. 7 pieces broken. It's absolutely annoying. And I can't move it around a whole lot without it breaking more. Oh hey, oh shit, a Coolio. It's the Lord of the Nubs. The Lord of the Crippin' Nubs. Oh man, I think Julio can tell you the struggle I've had with Sterlitzia. Because I've worked on it on some of my hangouts, and man, I've wanted to throw that thing across the room. Arguably the worst kit I've ever built. And I really hate that because while I don't like Darling and the Franks a whole lot, because it's basically an Ava ripoff with a few original concepts, I like the mech design because it's adorable and it's deadly. But boy, I was so hyped for that. I pre-ordered it 6 months out. Gets in from Gundam USA. I open it. I start building it, and it just breaks. And then my heart breaks. And then I refuse to buy any other Darling in the Franxx kit because I don't need a repeat of that. It is just no good. Big baby Nubstein. Van Nubstein instead of Wolfenstein. It's Nubstein. I don't know if they're doing any other of the snap together model kits besides for Restore with Kia. But if they do, and if Bandai makes them, I'd buy them. But Good Smiles is not getting any more of my money right now until I get a little bit of trust rebuilt. I feel, and I feel like Dying in the Franxx could have been a great anime, but it was A, too much Ava ripoff, and B, they put so much in the last 3 episodes of story-wise that it was just too fast-paced and nothing really got explained. And I know they wanted to expand it to 2 seasons, the storyline to 2 seasons, but they didn't because of money funding. Big mistake. Because I'll give them that. If they did have great original concept ideas, but they took a lot from Ava and A little bit of Gundam, I'd say. So it was bad. They even snuck some Pacific Rim plot in there. There's suddenly a rift in space where kaiju have come to reclaim everything. Speaking of kaiju and mecha, the new Pacific Rim anime we should be getting some news on lately. Well, lately and coming up. Since it is supposed to be out by the end of the year, from what they're saying. You know, Julio, I'd love to be a kaiju. Just let me be Godzilla. Let me stomp around Tokyo. Actually, wait a minute. Would I want to be Godzilla? Would I want to be Godzilla though? Hot damn, that's the question. I think I'd want to be Destroyer. So to me, Destroyer is the OG Godzilla villain. You got King Ghidorah, but Destroyer I think could give Ghidorah a run for his money. And I think that's why I want to be Destroyer. Big, angry, satanic monsters. Big kaiju battle in the city. Oh shit, Julio, did I tell you I'm working on a kaiju costume? I've been sketching out designs, and some of the girls on the Gunpla gang are gonna like help me put the Ava foam and stuff together because I know nothing about cosplaying. I'm gonna see if I can get it ready by next Anime Boston or something Comic Con and just wear it down. There's not enough people doing original kaiju media anymore, and that's a damn tragedy. We do need another good kaiju video game. Like a Godzilla video game that came out in, I want to say, what, 2005? 2006? Right after Toho put a hiatus on Godzilla movies. I think it was after Final Wars. Destroy All Monsters? For Xbox. Not Xbox 360, but Xbox. I remember playing the shit out of that game. And it's the only game I could ever beat my brothers in. Little Jay whooped ass. I wish I had an older Xbox. I don't think it's compatible with the Xbox 360. But Little Jay has been a kaiju fan since like I was what, 5? And then they go a little hiatus on kaiju media. Cause I went into that stage of this is all stupid. Anime's my wife. Naruto run down the hallway. And then Pacific Rim came out. And then I got back on my kaiju game. And then it all went downhill from there. And now it's almost 11 o'clock. And I'm building Ava kits. Speaking to people over the internet. about kaiju. Welcome to my TED Talk. I really do need to get some new sanding sticks. Destroy All Monsters was the best. That was the best game. I just remember playing a Godzilla and just like smacking everybody down. You wanna fight me? Nope. You fight me? Nope. But I can tell you, there has been a boom in kaiju media in the past few years, and one that I'm very grateful for. Because for some odd reason, everybody loves monster films. You know, werewolf films, vampire films, people can't get enough of. But kaiju media is the one that never really caught on as fully as I expected it to. And it's weird. I mean, you figured with Pokemon having the big monsters and stuff, and some of them could be called kaiju, some of them could be called Deku Kaiju. You think that would have caught on, and you think it would have been this massive boom of kaiju stuff, but it's really not, and it's very surprising. And I forgot to put a piece in here. Yeah, we do need good kaiju characters. And here's where I think people will get muddled because people are like, there's either too much human interaction in kaiju, and they're too little, and then it's like what went on with King of the Monsters. You know, kaiju personality. I would love to get some like sentient kaiju, cause like Godzilla's sentient, and you know he got a personality, but at the same time, what can you really say about Destroyer and Mothra? In Pacific Rim, they're all hive mind. They're all hive mind monsters, so you can't really say they have personalities, except kill and destroy all humanity, and that's not a personality trait. Why does this not want to come undone? I feel like I'm gonna break this piece. Would you consider Digimon kaiju? I remember somebody mentioning it, but I'm not sure if I would count Digimon as kaiju. Big monsters in like their final Digi evolutions, but otherwise, I'm not quite sure I would. I'd have to rewatch Digimon to think that. Yeah, and now that I think about it, they do have a lack of personality traits, and I'm also relatively surprised that kaiju anime never really took off either. Cause mecha anime is still popular, and it's still gonna be popular. See that? See that's what I'm thinking about. It would have the kaiju vibes, but I wouldn't count it as full kaiju. Deku kaiju made mainly because Deku kaiju are like they're like kaiju, but they're not as large. They're not like gonna be like Godzilla. The things from the host, if you've ever seen it, it's a lovely Korean film. It's a lovely kaiju Korean film. They're they're not very large, but they are considered kaiju. And if you just pardon me for a second, my headset's gonna die, so I'm going to plug it in real quick. But it's not true Alright, can you guys hear me now? This doesn't seem to be wanting to work with me today. I had trouble getting it started earlier. And it's a pain. Sorry about that, guys. Typically doesn't do this. Alright. So, getting back to what I was normally saying, if it back up, is monster and personalities. And the lack of monster and personalities. But no, okay, I remember what I was saying now. But yeah, no, there are separations between kaiju and like smaller kaiju. They're called, yeah, the Deku kaiju. They're like tinier in comparison, more like, I'd want to say the one that I categorized that show are like the size of cars compared to the standard kaiju like Mothra and Godzilla, which are humongous. So I could see Digimon being categorized as that over normal kaiju. But to fully say a kaiju, I don't know. I wouldn't. Just doesn't feel right. But yeah, it'd be nice to see kaiju with personas, personality-wise. I mean, you figured strange monsters, why not give them the ability to speak? Or, like, the ability to communicate in one form and another and have a whole personality. That's just my 2 cents on this, and unfortunately I'm not a director or a person who has money to make kaiju films. I mean, I make kaiju stories, but do I make films? No. Just got a bunch of screenplays with nothing to do. Oof. Speaking of kaiju media, we got Kong vs. Godzilla going on in a few November. Gonna be a big one. Hopefully, hopefully it does well because it is coming out the same time as the new James Bond movie and the new Avengers. Not the new Avengers, the new Marvel movie. The Eternals? Apparently there's another Infinity Stone they forgot about during the Infinity War. How that makes sense, don't ask me, but it just really be like that sometimes. The nubs on these are just killer. Need my polycaps. So far, so good on this. The nubs are bad, but other than that, pretty well. I mean, detailed. Hopefully it turns out okay and the nubs aren't too terribly looking on it. I'm sorry I offended Lord Nubstein. I redact. I redact that. I offended Lord Nubstein. Give us K. Give us K. Yes, it is. Yeah, okay, nubs aren't easy. They're not bad, they're just not easy. And it doesn't help that my sanding sticks are a few months old. And I haven't replaced them in a while. That's a fault on my half right there. Yeah, I noticed that with the blues. They seem to stress the most, and I don't know why. Though I would like to do a custom Ava, if that doesn't sound overly the top nerd. Like, there's some quality Ava fanfiction out there. Enough like Anno. I feel like I'm keep on pronouncing this terribly wrong. Has come out and stated like their favorites of his. What am I doing? What am I doing, Julio? What am I doing? I know, Dan. It's awesome. You and he are like my cheerleaders right now. And I vastly appreciate it. feel like Julio's about to roast me on something. What's my fault, Julio? How are you, Dan? Two more and I do a special live stream just for you, Dan. You can pick the color scheme of my Haros. Actually, that actually doesn't sound like a bad idea. I know I played myself. It's just, I'm so used to, like, not needing to completely get rid of the nub marks because, like, who's gonna see nubs on this? What nubs are you gonna see on this when it's all filed down? And yes, the Avas are dummy thick. I don't know why their thighs are like. Hold on, I'm gonna put this together. Well, actually, no, I can't put it together. But like, just to show you how dummy thick and how muscle detailed these thighs are. They're insane. This Ava been doing squats for days. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a fun one. I've got all my pinks. Like, just to show you the vast colors that I'm gonna be using for this. This is gonna be the pinkest and purplest Stein that anyone's has ever seen. And like, believe it or not, it's not gonna be polka dots this time. We're doing something else. I had somebody complain that I used too many polka dots on my kits. And I'm like, oh well. We'll polka dot the shit out of everything. Break into your house. I'll polka dot you while you sleep. You wake up, you just covered. But I've been working on the pink Stein. Stein? Stein. I feel like Stein sounds more German, so it's gonna be correct. I've never walked narratives, guys, so I don't know how to pronounce any of these name kits. But yeah, other than that, I've been knocking out, like, mini backlogs. My dungeon and doggos, mainly. Cause once I bust down that backlog, I'm gonna start working on my Warhammer armies. My Swanesh. And then an Orc army, and then we're doing Tyranids. Gonna be doing some bright-ass Tyranids. But yeah, no, I also apologize for this live stream not being on my normal Thursday block. I had to postpone last week because I felt like crap. But I figured that'd be okay because I'd have this to work on. Yeah, tearing for the backlog, yeah, I actually just got done with most of my holiday kits that I got over the holidays. I gotta work on that SD Julio got me. I got it all ready to paint up, I just need to pick up more primer. I didn't realize I was out of black primer. Yeah, like I try and keep this on a scheduled one because it's more complicated for me to set up compared to an Instagram live feed. But other than that, I've been very happy. My laptop has been cooperating greatly. It's doing its little funk. It's letting me do what I want, so I guess like that. I was gonna say something, but I lost my train of thought. Alrighty, let's see. What do we have to do here? We gotta take this. Take this funky little knee joint and connect it to the other funky knee joint. I think next week I'm gonna get a for next week live stream I'm gonna get Unit 2. Cause overall it's very enjoyable. Having a little funky day building this. Yeah, and Dan, I know you said I should try and get some music on here. I gotta see how I can do that without getting the background noise of my whole entire house in the live stream as well. Because sometimes, like, my cats just like to randomly scream like a banshee for no reason. Just sit there and just scream outside of my door mainly. She doesn't want to be let in. She just wants to scream. Gotta soundproof my room.
Alrighty, we got a knee joint. I do have to give this kid one great thing, in that it's very detailed on like the muscles of the Ava leg. I'm not quite sure how well you can see it. Bring it up closer. But for grooves, and there's like bumps and muscles, and it's very nice. It's very well detailed kit. And from what I got of the knee, articulation isn't too bad. Yeah, it's the Ava Unit 0 prototype. Yeah. Really cool. Articulation's not bad. Alright. I need this. Oh yeah, we need more organic mechs. Cause don't get me wrong, I like Gundam. I like it at all. The designs are cool. But sometimes, which I think is why I like Pacific Rim more than most mechs designed, is because they still have like a smoothness to it, a sense of organic, but still machine. That makes the design a lot better. I mean, could you see it? You see it in like Gypsy Danger and Gypsy Adventure. It's a very smooth but mechanical form. And sometimes that's just a little more easy to look at than blocked and hard, like angles and all that. Dan, I didn't know if I told you, but I do have a plan of doing this up at your diorama. Because I got the spear. And I think I got a little bit of a cool idea. If somebody had told me 5 or 6 years ago that I would be as obsessed with giant robots as I am now, I would have laughed at them. Because I went from like being obsessed from like mythology and occult crap. Which, don't get me wrong, I still do read a lot of it, but to giant robots and giant monsters, I just would have chuckled. And then here I am. 2020. I want to pilot a mech. God damn it, Japan, get on that. Japan's building a giant mecha to remilitarize. I'm on board with that fifth theory. Japan's just remilitarizing and they're using it. They have it under the guise of just Olympic stuff, but I see what Japan's doing with that giant robot. They ain't fooling anyone. Gonna be war free and we're gonna be fighting somebody. Next thing you know, Japan's out there walking around with a giant robot. We ain't ready. Chicks do dig giant robots. I can confirm I do dig giant robots. Dan, have you seen... No, they're still working on it. The whole coronavirus is, like, being blown vastly out of proportions, and it's insane. Like, SARS, what, 8-10 years ago, was a strain closely related to this one. And the other flu that's going around is killing more people than this one, so they need to stop with the pandemonium. Like my college is talking about canceling class meetings and just doing it online. The problem with that is I have to meet. Oh, you're gonna go bother text. I see how it is. Tell her hi. People blowing it way out of damn proportion. And that's all that is. Cause it ain't really that bad. And people who don't have a compromised immune system like we see in every other single flu strain, it being alright, they're getting over it like any other virus. And that's my 2 cents of the day on that one. Thank you for coming to that TED Talk. Have a good one, Julio. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be on for like another few minutes, and then I'm gonna go bother Tex for a bit. I completely forgot that Tex did hers tonight. But at least I'll get the thighs done on this. Thick Ava thighs save lives. It's been a night for dropping things, let me tell ya. Almost dropped my laptop earlier. Alright, guys, I think with this file all finished up. I'm gonna be calling this one a night. And I'd really like to thank all of you for coming out here and listening me for about an hour and a half ramble about Ava's, the 37 alternative endings to Evangelion, Kaiju Mecha, and everything in between. So thanks. I hope you all have a great night. Stay safe. Don't do drugs. Don't get attacked by a bear. Thank you to especially Dan for staying on this long and joining me for every live stream. You have been a cheerleader since day one. So have a good night, guys, and stay safe. Jay is out. Soon I get with me end the podcast.